Greetings, people. My name is Wei, and if you're listening to this, you're probably a parent or you're going to be very soon. I've come across an article recently that's so fascinating that after I've read it, I've decided to share more on this topic and also check GPT's analysis on it. Not only that, we will be delving deeper into other factors contributing towards early cognitive development. And I've looked at so many peer-reviewed journals for this, so please pay attention. The main claim of this article is that cognitive development of infants has something to do with the conditions of the neighborhood, like SES or educational opportunities. This claim is valid because of the presence of empirical evidence measured by EEG and MSEL. I've also found credible research like NIH's showing poorer conditions resulting in poorer brain activity, or like the one by Heckman suggesting that childhood SES will have an impact on the kid's neural development. All these supports the claim, and taken from the same study by Heckman, this graph sums to this topic very well, and we will be looking more at the green box in today's sharing. The article assumes neighborhood conditions directly influence infant brain development. It is not entirely true, as other factors play an important role. Research found that children from low SES backgrounds has weaker cognitive function, but exposure to quality cognitive stimulation can enhance brain development. Other factors like parental care and learning environments matters too. But we also should note that SES will impact said conditions, even though there may be outliers like kids that found a way to be resourceful at a young age. The strengths. Basically, I've found research that shows EEG and MSEL are well-established tools, so this point is well identified by the AI. One thing to note is that EEG is not 100% reliable due to infants being more prone to sudden movements or other artifacts that actually will disrupt the EEG findings. Another plus point identified is that SES does play an impact on cognitive development, which will positively influence academic achievement, and this might be caused by the availability of learning resources. While AI correctly identifies the small sample size as a limitation, EEG studies often work this way due to practical constraints. AI is also correct that correlation does not imply causation, but does not suggest alternative research methods such as randomized controlled trials or twin studies, which could help determine causal links. Lastly, a 12-month study can't really predict long-term cognitive outcomes, but it's evident that early EEG activity is still a valuable developmental marker. We argue that parental influence does matter a lot when we talk about an infant's neural development. While neighborhoods may provide external resources, it is ultimately the parents who shape a child's cognitive abilities on a daily basis. Research show that parental involvement and responsiveness, things like talking, reading, and emotional engagement, significantly impacts brain development. This means that even in low SES environments, children with highly engaged parents can develop strong cognitive skills. It turns out, research backs up the idea that parents really matter when it comes to how well kids do in school, regardless of SES. Sure, the neighborhood can make a difference, but what parents actually do is what truly helps a child's brain develop. Think about it, the number of words a child hears each day is actually a better sign of their future school success than their family's income. And kids from poorer families with involved parents often do better in school than kids from wealthier families whose parents aren't as involved. As you wrap everything up, if you don't remember everything today, it's okay as long as you remember these. Even though it's not the only determining factor, we can't turn a blind eye on the fact that SES is a contributor towards the correlation with infancy neural development. So it may be strategic or even wise to position yourself and your family in a high SES environment. Secondly, parents are crucial to how infants' brains develop. Showing care and being present is what matters most. Last thing is that the key to an infant's cognitive trajectory lies within the amount and quality of cognitive stimulation. Infants' brains are like sponges, so let them soak in the right things. To end, your role matters more than your income bracket, and every word you speak, every book you read, and every moment of play, whatever stimuli that goes into the infant, makes a difference. And lastly, while AI's analysis presents a useful framework for understanding cognitive development, its limitations actually remind us that the most meaningful factor is the one closest to home: parental care, love, and engagement. Thank you for your attention.